All right. So, Charles, I just had all these technicians in here, right? Talking about like, what's their favorite part about working for Best. Now, you come from a different walk of life. And so I got a handful of questions. You do all of our media and all these videos, and you have a pretty extensive, impressive resume, and your career has taken you in some pretty cool situations, right? Work with some pretty amazing people.
Absolutely. No name dropping, but I've worked with some decent people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Take my word for it. Anyways, but the thing that is interesting for me is, you've been a part of our team now for a little while.
A couple years, almost.
Yeah, a couple of years, coming up. And, you've been here and you seem to really like it here. What about Best do you like, especially with having a resume with, obviously, like you said, no name dropping, but some pretty amazing organizations, working with some pretty amazing people, world-renowned names. What keeps you here at Best? What's different?
That's a really good question. And I think I'm going to answer like the majority of people that I've interviewed and have answered that question, right? It's the people, because again, culture is everything, I think, in any organization, right? Honorable culture.
Yep.
And, when I picked that up immediately, I said, oh yeah, that's where I need to be at, around people that support what I do, right? Because when you're in this field like me, you're around a lot of people that do what I do, but everybody's not going to support it because it's almost like a rat race to the top. Everybody's trying to be that guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so here I get to kind of be that guy, because no one else does what I do.
Yeah. Awesome. So, yeah, that's kind of, the whole reason that I've been at Best. And like, I say it all the time, like I treat this company like it's my own. The whole reason is I came from, when I started the industry, Jason Henderson, our founder, he gave me that support when I first started in this industry. Wow. I came into HVAC as a temporary means to an end. Like I did it to put myself through college and pay for it. But I fell into the support system of Jason and his wife, Cassandra, and they gave me that support, and they taught me not only to be a technician, but how to do it right.
Wow.
When they started their own company. Like I came here, we started August 1st, 2017,
Jeez.
Which is a hope and a dream at the end of summer. And everyone's looking at us like, you're starting an AC company at the end of summer. You're crazy.
Right.
But I believed in their dream because, they always had that support. They were always there for you. They were never, blowing smoke, nothing, right? It was always that. And it was when you have good people around you, it makes you really want to, put in the blood, sweat, tears to make it into something special. And I believe that's the way that we founded the company on. That is the people, the support, the culture that, our mission statement is to provide the best and most consistent experience possible.
Yeah.
And it used to say customer experience, but we removed the customer part because at the very beginning, when we all believed in the dream, we all treated Best as like, this is more than just a company. But as we started adding employees, we realized that the employee aspect is just as important as the customer aspect. Yeah. So we have a great reputation in town, look at the reviews. Yeah. But it's also the same thing. We want to have that reputation with our employees.
Would you agree that like what you just said, right, makes all the sense in the world? Because you said that when you started the company, Jason Henderson kind of gave you all that. He supported you. So in life, I've kind of learned that like, companies or even organizations, right, are built upon the person that started them. So his personal core values is exactly what it is. So we're literally like Best is kind of a Jason Henderson type thing, right? Or you know what I mean? And so him giving that to you giving that to the next person that was hired and so forth and so on. And here it is years later, I'm getting the same thing.
Yeah. It's also very different in the sense of that we have like a very open door policy. I know you see it, but for like the people at home, it's like, me as the outside operations manager, I've tried to do that where I've worked for companies where it was like, you don't dare walk by the boss's office, let alone walk into his office without an appointment. It's very different here. How often I walk into our office for the people at home, the office that I'm in, I'm actually in the office with 4 other people, our HVAC manager, our installation manager, our plumbing manager, and then our facilities manager. Right. And how often is someone else from one of those other divisions in there? And instead of it being like, oh no, here's the big boss, me walking in, it's more like, hey, what's up, Robert? And I get fist bumps all the time. And it's great because one of my biggest fears of going from being one of the boys to one of the bosses was that separation there. And support. And now that was just me from working from traditional companies before in the past. And I was never like that with Jason. And I wanted that to continue with me. Yeah. I wanted that to continue with Dan. Yeah. And it has. And so it's really he set the stage for it so it can continue to go, but it set such an amazing framework for us to attract amazing people.
Yeah.
Keep amazing people,
Yep.
and the people who don't fit,
they said, man, if the glove doesn't fit,
exactly. You're not an HVAC technician, so you don't see really as far as our processes, the way that we treat things, the way that we diagnose, the things that are different from other HVAC companies.
Right.
But you, as someone who's a homeowner, someone who has an outside perspective, what are the things that you like most from like the service side or the installation side that Best Air Conditioning does well?
Well, just understanding that someone that comes into a job to do, right? Mm-hmm. I can tell that, the installers, the technicians, just the overall company itself has a reputation of the best work. Mm-hmm. Right. So, all the way from showing up to respecting that, hey, there's carpet there. Would you like me to put on my footies or whatever those shoes they are? They call them to cover up your deal.
The shoe covers, the floor savers.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, no, it's okay. But it's like, no, we're going to make sure that we do that. It's okay. It's totally fine. And if they have someone with them, help her. So they, do the same thing. Do it. They're very courteous. Do you need anything? These types of things. It's just like, it feels so much like, I already know them, mm-hmm. and even if I didn't know him, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, it's a good friend of mine. I know he's going to take care of business just by the demeanor and the way that they do things, right? They show up to the party ready to go.
We've all had bad service before, and not like excluding restaurants because, kind of a little bit different. But we've all had, we won't use any company names, but, let's go with like your average cable company.
Sure.
The guy comes in, is wearing boots, doesn't throw those on, comes around, really doesn't say much, just gets to work, does it. And like, was it a terrible experience? No. But was it a good experience? And did it feel like he cared?
No, because, just like you said, and we've all had that experience where the guy comes in, he's got his boots on, he, feels like, he's either waiting for lunch or just left lunch. And, you ask a question, his questions is, his answers are very down. If you did this, it's just a smart answer, like you're dumb, mm-hmm. right? Well, we don't get that here, like our guys are pretty, oh, sure, they'll inform you of the data, mm-hmm. Very knowledgeable into what's happening, explain the scenario and situation, take photos of what's happening, just all the way around, make you feel safe and comfortable that you hired the best. Like I said, and other guys just don't do that. They talk dumb down to you, different things of that nature, make you feel silly.
I think one of the things that I think is different about here is, and I believe that the team they understand the why. Yeah. They understand the why we do this. Other jobs tell you what to do, how to do it. And you kind of don't have that flair if you don't understand the purpose behind why we're doing it.
100%.
And so I think a lot of people believe and within our organization and our company that, we're trying to be the best. Our name is best. We literally set the bar so high for ourselves when we gave us that name.
Yeah.
But that's the reason, is that we have to be the best. And, if we're not delivering that service, can we really call ourselves that? And so with the team believing in the dream, it makes it really easy, because instead of this just being another call, it's a human, it's a customer, it's someone who's going through something that we can put ourselves in their shoes and really take care of that person there.
100%. It's like Jason said in one of our ads before, our commercials, our name's best for a reason. Mm-hmm. So, and it makes me feel good to even be able to say like mm-hmm. I'm part of the team, I mean, I don't install HVAC units or anything like that. I just try to make us look like we are the best, mm-hmm. And that's kind of where my job comes in at, right? Make sure we're covering all bases.
100%. Anyways, all right, Charles, thank you for being a part of the team. Very valued. Obviously, you work some amazing work, and thank you for your insight.
Thank you very much for having me on, Mr. Madrick.
Until next time.
Peace.